Hello and welcome to another adventure with Exploring with Jason. Today we're in Ella, Ohio, in Ella Cemetery, visiting the final resting spot of a former pastor and minister by the name of Aiden Tozer. He's not only a minister, but he's also a published author himself. So come and join me on this adventure as we explore and learn and walk and learn about the story of Aiden Tozer. Aiden was an American Christian pastor, author, magazine editor, and spiritual mentor. For his accomplishments, he received an honorary doctorate from Wheaton and Houghton colleges. Tozer hailed from a tiny farming community in western San Jose, Pennsylvania. He was converted to Christianity as a teenager in Akron, Ohio. While on his way home from work at a tire company, he overheard the street preacher say, if you don't know how to be saved, just call on to God. And just call on to God and say, Lord, be merciful to me, a sinner. Upon returning home, he climbed into the attic. He heeded the preacher's advice. In 1919, 5 years after his conversion, and without formal education in Christian theology, Tozer accepted an offer to serve as a pastor at his first church. And that began his 44 years of ministry that was associated with the Christian Missionary Alliance, which is CNMA, which is a Protestant evangelical denomination. There are three of them serving as a pastor in several different congregations. And his first and small storefront church in Nutter, West Virginia. He later served 3 years as a pastor of the Southern Alliance Church in Chicago from 1928 to 1959, which was at the final years of his life. He spent as a pastor of Avenue Road Church in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Observing the contemporary Christian living, Tozer felt that the church was on a dangerous course towards compromising with, quote, worldly concerns. Born into poverty, Tozer was a self-educated and taught himself what he missed in high school and university. He began writing in 1931 for the denominational magazine of the Christian and Missionary Alliance and Alliance Weekly, which is now Alliance Life, which became the platform of which his writing career emerged. And later, he wrote the monthly column, quote, called There's Truth in It, from 1936 to 1937. And another book, A Word in Season, from 1944 to 1946. In May of 1950, he became the editor of the Alliance Weekly and had a position filled which he held until his death in 1963. At the urging of David W. Fink, Publication Secretary of the CMA, Tozer wrote a biographies of A.B. Simpson, Robert A. Jeffrey, and which was a publication of his third book, The Pursuit of God. In 1948, Tozer made a household name among the evangelicals. In addition to the 12 books that he published in his lifetime, he published more than 40 other books which have been compiled from magazines, features, editorials, and transcribed sermons. During his lifetime, Tozer worked Tozer's work were published by Christian Publication and Corporation, the denominational press, which was operated by the CNMA. The publishing house declared bankruptcy in 2006 and was purchased by the Wingspread publisher of Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. In November of 2013, Moody Publisher acquired Wingspread from the parent company of was transaction that include more than 60 of Tozer's books and pamphlets. Some of his works are now in the public domain and have been issued by multiple publishers. Tozer has seven children, 6 sons and a daughter, living a simple and non-materialistic lifestyle, along with his wife, Ada Cecilia Post. Never owned a car, preferring bus or train to travel. Even after becoming a well-known Christian author, Tozer signed away much of his royalties to those who were in need. Tozer's work, however, led him to neglect his family. According to his biographer James L. Snyder, was noted that the scope of Tozer's ministry militated against a wholesome family life. Speaking and engaged meant that he was away more than he was at home. When he was actually in the house, he was in his bedroom studying and along with reading and writing. Tozer died on May 13, 1963, and in Ontario, Canada, after suffering a heart attack. He was originally buried in Chicago, but later the family had his remains reinterred here in Akron Cemetery. A symbol marker that reads, A.W. Tozer, a man of God, which Alliance Weekly ran a memorial issue with numerous tributes, which also featured numerous tributes and excerpts. The same issue also featured God's great gift to man, which was a transcript of his final sermon. A few months prior to his death, Tozer had submitted numerous manuscripts to the Christian book Mythical Verse, which was released in 1964 as his final book. His official publisher, Christian Publication, released many titles after his death, based on his magazine articles and sermon transcript. With Moody Publishers, with several other publishers, has released his domain work. His works include The Pursuit of God, that named to Christianity today's list of 100 books, or in 2000, Pursuit of God was named to Christian Today, which list of 100 books of the century. In 2006, Knowledge of the Holy was a name in the top 50 books that have been shaped evangelicals. Contemporary Christian music artist Lauren Barlow of the Barlow Girls published a a complication of complications of stories told by 59 artist writers, and about A.W. Tozer, personal inspiration. So, with that said, we look up his story. You can find all of this online and ignore the sirens. But as you can see, we're going up to his grave now. So him and his wife, and he was originally like the alright. He was originally buried in Chicago. But his family reassured him along with his wife, Ada, and here's his grave now. Here's his wife, Ada, and here's him. And I hope you like this story of Aiden Tozer, a prolific writer, author, publisher in the Christian community. If you like this video and if you like what you see, please subscribe to this channel, share with your friends and family. Give me a subscribe, like, comment, and I look forward to seeing you on the next adventure.